it's October, and that means it's harvest time. And of course, we have to scrapbook harvesting. And when you think of harvesting, it could be pumpkins, so going to the pumpkin patch, the last of the garden harvest, and apple picking are just some of the items being harvested. Or if you're someone who has a farm and you're watching the fields being harvested. I remember that when we lived out in Manitoba, watching them go around. And we're going to use this sketch. It's from September 2023. Creative Scrapbooker has this Facebook group that has these sketch challenges they provide every month. And we're going to switch this up a little bit because I don't have 2x2 photos and I wanted a bigger than 3x4. So we're going to do 4x6. So I like taking sketches and showing how you can modify them to fit your own photos or your own style of scrapbooking. Hello, my name is Amanda Farlinger with From Where I Stamp. I live near Kingston, Ontario in Canada, and I help busy women scrapbook their memories using stamps, ink, and paper. So this month we've been creating autumn-themed scrapbook pages, and one of the autumn activities that I need to do, which is not my favorite, is to clean up the garden. But I love taking photos so I can compare them from year to year. And this rustic crate bundle is perfect for that scrapbook pages. And it has this really cute little crate that you can make kind of 3D-ish. I know it's a little hard to see. Maybe. Anyway, page 46 of the catalog. The link will be in the description along with the product link. So if you wanted to purchase any of these, if you live in Canada, any of the products that I'm using on today's layout, that'll be in the description below. So this made me think of my garden right away once I saw it in the mini catalog. And then I went looking for paper. So this is the Earthen Elegance Designer Series paper. If you've watched some of my other videos, you would have seen me create some puppy layouts for Flynn because these colors really work well with my Silver Lab. So the coloring of the Silver Lab puppy. And so here are just some of the designs that I have left in my 12x12 pack. All right, put that off to the side. So this is what we're going to be building. So just as a reminder, oops, not upside down. This is the sketch challenge I'm working with. Now, if you would like 3 other sketches that are from me, and they have links on videos that you can watch to put together, and also measurements and everything, because this one doesn't have measurements, so you have to kind of guess. Then you can go to subscribe.fromwhereistamp.ca. So that will get you my sketches. So if you want to try some sketches out, join over there, and I'll get that sent over to you, and you can put some scrapbook pages together with me. All right, so I'm just going to move this off to the side. So we have a bunch of different colors. So I pulled the colors from this pack of designer paper. So we have Pecan Pie, Gray Granite, Pebbled Path. I think there's some Garden Green. That's not from the designer paper, but I pulled that from these photos. So where's my other photo? Oh, it's sticky for some reason. They've got some sticky stuff on it. So these photos are actually from September last year. So not quite October, but still kind of harvesty. And I love growing our own peppers. And then, of course, here's Griffin inspecting his tomato crop. And he did the same thing this year. He's wild for tomatoes. So we're going to start with this design of paper, which is kind of a weird pattern, kind of hard to see there on the screen. And then we have this sheet. I've used this on a scrapbook page for Flynn, I think it was. So I really love that. It's like a copper with, they put like electricity through or something. That I don't know. I don't know if it's true. But we're going to trim it up a little bit. So because this sketch doesn't have any dimensions, I'm taking this as 12x12, and we're doing like maybe 1/2 inch-ish, maybe 3/4 inch. Maybe we'll do 3/4. So we need to take 1.5 inches off of 12 inches. So then that would be 10.5. And I'm just putting this on my trimmer because this part comes out so I can cut the longer paper. And then I'm going to save this piece of designer series paper for later. Who knows? I may use it. I may not. All right. Oh, I guess I have to trim this down. I was thinking of doing 11, but then I changed my mind last moment. So we're using this garden green cardstock. And you can purchase 12 by 12 cardstock if you'd like. But because I have mostly 8.5 by 11 cardstock, I decided use the 12 by 12 for the DSP for the 12 by 12, and then use the cardstock, excuse me, use the cardstock as 8.5 by 11. Then I could buy a whole pack of 8.5 by 11, and it's just perfect. All right, what do I want to do here? So we want to put a little bit of glue because we're just going to create a little extra element. So I'm adding to the layout. So I'm just adding my own little flourish. So to the bottom here of this darker piece, I'm just adding a little bit of a flourish. So that'll go down. So we can put some glue on there. So drop me a comment if you've used a scrapbook sketch before, whether it's one of mine or maybe from Creative Scrapbooker magazine or from somewhere else. And searching on Pinterest or even in some Facebook groups is a great places to find some layouts. All right, so we have our 4x6 photo here, and I have it on crushed curry. That's another color that's not in the pack of designer paper, but I've pulled it from the marigolds in that photo. All right, so we have another piece here from the designer series paper. I made it a little bit bigger. I wasn't sure if that's what I really want, but I think I like it. We're going to put this at an angle. So here it's kind of straight up and down, but I think I'm going to put mine at an angle. So then that'll be like this, and then this will be like this, and we'll have our two photos like so. All right, so let's put this together. So I'm going to glue this part on first. So we're going to put this onto here. And then we're going to take, oh, that's a nice blue on the back. Not sure, is that Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight? Misty Moonlight, because it's a little bit lighter blue. All right, so then we want to make sure I don't get glue on my photo, because that would not be fun. I don't know, somewhere like that. And then we're going to take some Stampin' Seal to put a little bit of adhesive, on the back of the photos, and just a little bit in the corners. Like so, and we're going to make sure that this is up here. Now, using just this regular Stampin' Seal allows you to reposition this. If you're using the Stampin' Seal Plus, it'd be a little bit harder to take your photos off. So if you wanted to reposition your photo or possibly take your photos off the layout later on, if you needed to scan them in or redo the layout or something, I would suggest using Stampin' Seal regular and very little of it, just in case. All right, so then this one, we're going to do a little bit of a kilter this way. So we have, that's our layout so far. Now we get to do some stamping and then die cutting using the Rustic Crate bundle. And the dies don't come in the stamp case, but you can purchase some extra stamp cases, and then I just go to the dollar store and buy a magnet sheet. So we're going to do some stamping and some die cutting, and we want some gray granite, some garden green, and some pebbled path, I think. Then we'll have our simply chamois. I want some black, but I also want, I have my marker. Now, I haven't done my journaling yet for this card, or this layout. So that I'll add in later, because I'm not sure what I want to say yet, other than maybe the date or what we harvested. Okay, I needed a little bigger block. And then we're going to grab some sticky notes. I got some brilliant blue or big bright blue ones. And we're going to do a little bit of masking, possibly. Okay, I need some scissors. So, no, okay. Because the middle word here, there we go. Middle word needs to be covered up. Something like this. Now you could use a marker for the whole thing, but I was hoping I could just do that. There we go. So now we have our sticky, I don't want to cover up the other word. So we just have our sticky note to cover that up. And I'm going to use the black Memento. And then we pulled this part off. And then we're going to stamp this on Pebbled Path, I hope. I'm having a hard time seeing. So let's change the light a little here. There we go. I'm stamping at a different time than I normally do. So my office is just a little bit darker than normal. So good things. And then we're going to clean that off. And you could do this the reverse way if you wanted. And then we're just going to dry that off a little bit. And then we'll take our longer, so this is the thicker line, not the thinner line. This is the marker I use for my journaling. So you can use any of the Stampin' Up! Markers, not the blends. The blends will just stick to your stamp and won't transfer. And that's not fun. So you color in the words you want, give it a little huff, and then stamp it down. Good things take time. All right, and then we'll just give this another little clean. There we go, maybe. Yep. All right. So these, I don't need that anymore. These I will put over here. Good things take time, because our sketch had some words up here kind of cut out. So I was looking for that kind of look, going for that kind of look. All right. So next we're going to stamp this stamp. I think that'll fit on there. It will fit on there. And we'll grab a block. And we're going to stamp this with Memento because we're going to use some blends. And you could use some markers if you want. And then we're going to die cut this using the coordinating dies. So when you buy, or I should say, when there's a punch or dies that coordinate with a stamp set, when you purchase them together, there is a bundle discount when they're first released. So if they're carried over to another catalog, for example, you're not able to get those as a bundle anymore. Well, sugar, I don't have garden green. Okay, well, we're just going to do, some smoke. Oh no, gray granite. in a bronze, just for something different. So I just want to go through and color some of these, not the whole thing. I'll finish this later. And you go back through and do light colors and dark colors, but this is a small image, so you won't be able to get a lot of blending. So the markers might be a better choice here. But then you can add in some other colors here. You can go crazy if you want, but we're going to die cut this using the Stampin' Cut mini machine. And if you don't have a mini machine, October would be a fabulous month to join Stampin' Up! And purchase the starter kit, because in Canada, you can choose either to pick 35% more product or save 35% on your starter kit. And then you would have a discount for your crafting. So if you wanted to purchase some supplies for your Christmas crafting or scrapbooking needs, or even to follow along with some of the autumn projects I've created this month, now is a great time to purchase that starter kit, because you can customize it to products that you like or colors that you like. So I'll have a link in the description below so you can find out more details. So then there's our little die cut image, and we're going to put that down here, right there. Now I didn't put any adhesive on the back before die cutting, but you could always use adhesive sheets if you wanted. This one's not a very intricate die, so it's not something that I'd be too concerned about, because I can put that liquid adhesive on the back there. All right, so now we have our dimensionals, which I've put on the back of this piece. This piece had the dimensionals on the back of it, and I need my tweezers to make it easier. And then we're going to put one of these, see which side, oops, like there, on the good side. And I'm going to leave the adhesive off the other side, because I don't want adhesive on my photo. Oops, that stuck to my finger. All right, so we want it to be here. Good things. And then take time. So, and a garden does take time. It does. All right, so here is our original sketch. This is the September sketch. So we had one photo in portrait and then 4 other photos. So I switched it up to 2 photos and skewing that a little bit and changing this to a 4x6. And then instead of having a big title, I'm using this Good Things Take Time as my title instead. And then some stamped and die cut, and I'll finish coloring that after as well. So the link below will have a blog link. So if you'd like some more details about this layout, you'll find it there, along with the link to purchase product and also to subscribe to my email list to receive those 3 fun sketches. So if you wanted to try a sketch out with dimensions and instructions, you'll find that in the description below. So I hope that you've had fun following along, and I would love to see your creation. So if you want to post online and tag me, you're more than welcome to do that. And we'll see you next week. Happy stamping.